Good early afternoon, everyone. 12:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I wanted to do an update while my son's in his food therapy. As many of you know, some of you may not. If you're new, he has a G-tube, and this is part of the process, and we're at his food therapy today, so I wanted to do an update while I had some time. He's in there for about an hour. The market right now, it does give you the objective here that it's going to go down, like there's some rising wedges possibly it's showing. But we have to remember with the market here, we haven't finished our technical moves on this breakout. And we've had some very nice solid consolidations here, not just with Bitcoin, but also across most of the assets that have gone up. XRP and XLM had fantastic consolidations after big moves up, and they're not finished with their technical moves. Bitcoin is what we've been pointing to for the last couple days because it's broke out of this cup and handle. It finished the handle target, but it never finished the cup target yet, which is at 121,000. Also, the short-term consolidation, the target out of here first is 97,369, and then the other short target's 100,000. And it's breaking out right now. It's literally breaking out as I speak. And we're pretty confident about this. You know, I'm pretty confident that it should make this move up. I think XRP and XLM are beautifully positioned here for this exact move. I think XRP formed this, and it was early here to say how it was going to form, but it did come down here now, and it's given us another layer here to know that this is what it's forming. And what I like here is when you have the downtrending channel and a consolidation, it makes you feel very good. So up in a flag, boom, boom, boom. We're kind of coming down in a falling channel. That's a bullish consolidation. So the fact resistance, support, that should be a bullish consolidation back up to retest this $1.16 mark. And then if we break out, we've got a couple layers here. First layer would be the cup, the actual cup and handle target, which would get you around $1.36. But on this short term, what has been created here, if you want to pull it all the way up and say this is a flag, a little bull flag, or however you want to classify this, the technical move out of that would be $1.69 if this whole thing played out. Now, we've got higher targets than that, as we know, but we have to take care of the shorter targets. So I'm not even going into the higher targets. We need to take care of the short target here at $1.37 approximately, 136.78, and it lines up good with what the actual eventual move should be here to finish out the cup and handle. See, with XRP as well as Bitcoin, we had a cup and handle. The one thing that we could technically backtest if we did break down is at 91 cents. If we came back down to that rising channel, that's the only thing you can see there that, hey, maybe it would come down there first before it comes up to $1.37. So that's where the hey, let's be a little cautious here as we're watching. But at the same time, if it does need the steam to come down there, it would seem that you would need to get another rejection up here and get some more steam at $1.16. Makes me a little nervous for anybody going short here, only because Bitcoin has a lot of liquidation that it can grab up at the top, and we talked about this morning. And right now we're at 92,980, so we're going into the liquidity zones now. Bitcoin's coming into liquidity zones. So now Bitcoin's going to come up here, and I would be surprised if it doesn't come all the way to 94. See how high it can pull some liquidity out of here. Let's go into the 1 week. See how much liquidity Bitcoin's looking to pull here. Because we've got not just liquidity here, but we've got technical moves that we haven't finished yet. So 93,685, 94,600 million, and you got a bunch of it in between 6 to 700 million every 100 or 50 bucks. Even at 95K, you're still getting 300 million per every $100. That's a ton of liquidity up here. That's a lot of liquidity up here Bitcoin needs to get. I would be stunned if it doesn't come up here and finish this technical move. And it might do some up and down, left and right. Maybe the altcoins don't follow, but I would be very surprised. XLM, same kind of setup as XRP. In the 2 hourly, it's got a nice inverted hammer that formed. Still got about 48 minutes left in this candle. Nice reversal candle here. We're trying to break out of this section. We have to get above 2370. But it also looks like a bull flag. Like it looks like we're playing out a bull flag here. And like the short target out of this consolidation, just the short term, let's say it breaks up right around here. First target would be 26.13. And then if we measure just this recent bull flag that you can clearly see, now whether it plays out true or not is another question. Whoops. And I think like that was the best way to look at that. I really do, because of the way it's set up. And it gave us the evidence with the drop down in the couple candles before here to at least know that that was a good way to do it. And now if you measure this flag, and let's say it breaks out from the right here, I mean, you're looking at some over-the-top movement here. You could come up to almost 30 cents here. Remember the first flag played out, and it came down a little bit. This one's been more of a prototypical downtrending resistance, a little bit of an up, slightly up. Well, I guess both are a little downtrending, but it's been a more prototypical bull flag setup. So unless this breaks down and invalidates it, it looks like it wants to come up. Now, it's a very unpredictable market here. So, like, if you want to have exposure to a low leverage spot trading, in the leverage trading group, I took out 5x trades, only $100 a piece, roughly. And I want to see between Ethereum, XRP, and XLM how they play out against each other when they're both in similar setups. So, you know, I've limited my risk by doing 5x and yada, 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 but the XRP could go down to 88 cents and my $100 position's not going, or $110 position's not going to get liquidated. XLM can come all the way to like 13 or 12 cents and my $100 and some change position can't get liquidated. And Ethereum could come way down as well on a 5x trade and my 100 and some change won't get liquidated. So I would really prefer to let this market play out without having to trade it so much with leverage. So I'm going to kind of stick to that until, you know, I see something different. So if you're in the copy trading, monitor your risk. Even if I wouldn't advise you to copy trade me. I would just advise you to do spot trading. If you're looking to spot trade, leverage trade, copy trade, it's all in the video description below and or pinned comments. Or if you just go to my YouTube channel and just go to my homepage, click on XRP Future Millionaire. And then when you click on my actual channel, you just click on where it says BITUNIX. And you get a multitude of things. You got BITUNIX there. That's where I leverage trade, copy trade. I also own a few different assets there. Lowest spot leverage trading fees. It's the one I prefer the most because of that. No KYC or VPN. On HOTCOIN, same thing, no KYC or VPN. You don't need to do it unless you want. I hold right now, I misspoke because I said on crypto.com I had HBAR. That is not true. That is on HOTCOIN. I don't know why I said crypto.com. But that's on HOTCOIN. I have HBAR and I have VELO on HOTCOIN. And then crypto.com is where I have my Visa crypto card. And you load it up. You can load it up with your crypto, your profits from crypto, and then you just spend it. It's like a prepaid card. So I have that now. You do need to do a KYC there because it's going through your personal information, and obviously it's like a debit card. So, but it's one way for you to move your crypto off the exchange. You can use it at ATM. So I would advise you to click there too if you're looking for a Visa debit card. So I have multitudes of different things. And if you want to send a donation, you can do PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. I also hold my DGB, my ZIL, my XLM, and VChain on crypto.com. I hold HBAR and VELO on HOTCOIN. And the only thing I hold right now in BITUNIX is my AMP. Besides like leverage positions and such. XRP's in a cold wallet on the ledger. So yeah, that's basically the update that I have right now. I'm not for my spot positions, I'm not going anywhere. You know, we have normal consolidations. We have a 4.7% consolidation on HBAR, but remember yesterday it was up better than 40%. So now we're having a prototypical consolidation. It filled out the technical move pretty much perfectly. So now if we have to have a little bit of a back test, which if you look at it, it kind of looks like it's flagging out here. So kind of looks like we could be flagging here. And if it can hold properly, we could be going to the next layer before any real consolidation because it looks like it's flagged. And it would be fantastic because if it holds this, I get a gut feeling that obviously we have to pay attention because crypto and the fear and greed is up to like 90 now for extreme greed. But these moves are not finished. With the massive consolidations we've had and all them, it just doesn't feel finished. I feel like the market is trying to trick us here, which it might be a good trick if we fall for it, especially if it goes down. But eventually we're not done yet. So maybe it does bring us down and take out some liquidity both ways, leverage longs and shorts. The technical target here on a breakup on the short target here would be right around 18.5 cents to finish this. If this is a successful consolidation, it looks like a flag form though. It really does. So, you know, if you're selling your spot positions right now, I feel like we're so early still and it's just beginning. It's just beginning. You know, and maybe we do have these consolidations. Like we said, XRP, if we did have to have a consolidation, there's nothing to be afraid of. It feels like it. I feel like they're trapping us because that's a nice downtrending, falling channel basically in that consolidation from the top of resistance to support and what looks like a flag that's for maybe a pennant flag. God, it's so hard to tell. If it breaks down, I would say 91 cents. If it were to break down and we had to retest lower numbers, I mean, the only one I have, maybe $1, but 90 cents, because it's the breakout from the rising channel area at 91 cents. That's the only real spot. But we haven't finished the technical move yet. So this technical move should be up to $1.37 with the cup and handle. It's finished the handle, just not the cup. Now, it did come up to $1.27. So, I mean, is that close enough? That seems to be a very big plus minus here. But am I comfortable in this market in any way besides spot? No. Do I see opportunity potentially? Yes. Will it play out? Who knows? Who knows? So I'm XRP future millionaire. I'm going to get back out there. Pay attention to everything I've said. Stay positive because I've simply come across too much hate. So I do things differently. I do things from a point of positivity over negativity. We're helpful, not hurtful. We are the light, not the darkness, and we do not play the victim. We have never been the victim. We never will be the victim in this community. We're the winners. So being winners, we have to have all the news from an education and charting perspective, make a proper, educated, and informed decision. So have a blessed afternoon. I should see you tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live, unless something happens. Sometimes I get busy with the kids, so it's not always in the cards. But I do plan on it tonight, and I think we're going to have a pretty interesting, few hours here to see how this shakes out. Like, same thing with, looks like a bull flag formed here for XLM. It looks like it. It feels like it. And it looks like it needs to break to the next level and finish this consolidation. First layer would be 26.1, second layer 29.7. However, if it breaks down, we've got some older areas that I suppose we could retest here. But it's going to take some more. If it comes down here, we could have an interesting drop. So if the market does reverse here, it could be interesting. But even if some of the market does drop, like Ethereum, it really does feel like it's cleared out a big section here. And it's got if you look at Ethereum in the bigger time frame so you can actually look at it properly, I was just trying to do a short-term speculation, what I was trying to deal with earlier. But if you look at this in the long term, like, they're tough, man. They're tough because Ethereum's been consolidating a pretty nice layer here. So it's tough. Like, are we going to just fall out here? Like, Ethereum in the 3 hourly is starting to reverse it a little bit. It's a tough call here because we're so high up on the fear and greed, but at the same time, greed needs to be up if we're going to continue this move. And extreme greed oftentimes leads to very volatile market movement. So this is another descending consolidation, which is nice. And the fact that Ethereum broke down after it hit this at 34.50, had about a 13% correction, lost $442. Even right here, it's down 347. And it feels like it's creating a reversal pattern right in front of our very eyes. But a lot of times when I watch the market, we get setups like this, and then if it's meant to reverse, it does. So there's no, so what I'm saying here is be very cautious. Be very cautious. Be optimistic, but be cautious in your capital. And whatever you do, just play it to what you can, whatever you do, make sure that it fits your agenda. Make sure, you're okay with if it goes right or if it goes wrong. And then the total crypto market cap. Again, it's just like Bitcoin. It's teasing a breakout here. And like that looked like a nice consolidation there. Now it's starting to, it's either a fake out or we're going up to 3.22 trillion here in a heartbeat. And it feels more like we've got some positive momentum here and just what's happening in the landscape recently. That seems to, it's tough. Like I said, it's tough. Don't bite off more than you can chew here, and just kind of let it work itself out. And you know, I may take my own advice here. So just it's an interesting setup we have here is all I'm gonna say. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to give you everything that I'm thinking of right now. And it's a very, very interesting dynamic that we're dealing with right here. That is what I will say. So have a blessed evening, everybody. Hopefully I'll see some of you later. And yeah, it's not the easiest market to dictate right now, but we do have flags set up in a lot of ways. So it's making me want to have exposure, but at the same time, it still makes me rather nervous that the market is looking like this. But we do have flags here though, which they kind of oftentimes break too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. XRP and XLM are in interesting spots here because they very easily could break up. Like XRP could just as easily go to 91 as it could go to $1.36 right now. That's what's tough here. That's what's tough here. So, and the fact that it's kind of doing it in a rising fashion doesn't make me feel that great. You know what? I don't think it's all right. So everybody, monitor your risk. Have a blessed evening. And because it's so volatile, what I'm gonna do here against what I was gonna do, I'm not gonna have as much exposure. I'm gonna close the XLM, take a $10 loss, and then I'm gonna close XRP, take the $5 loss because we have spot positioning. I don't want to preach bad things, so I guess I just took a little bit of a loss there in the copy trade, but I want to do it live on air. In totality, we're still, overall, we're up $416. So I took a little bit of a hit there. Not crazy. But yeah, so we're up we're up $416. It's trading. That's what happens. But anyhow, the only one I'm going to keep open is the Ethereum trade right now because I don't want to have too much exposure. And I think I'm going to leave the Ethereum one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave the Ethereum one right now because that's the only one that's descending like this. This one had more of a descending consolidation. So Ethereum looks like it's got this inverse head and shoulder. So I'm just going to stick with my gut. I'm going to stick with the XRP XLM spot positioning and not trade them in futures right now and just play off and try to see if I can play that inverse head and shoulders on Ethereum. So let's see what our market risk is right now. So on Ethereum, and there's no reason for me to have that much exposure in copy trading. So that's on me. I apologize. I won't let that happen again. The fortunate part is we're up $415 overall in P&L, so I'm not going to get mad about it. But it's a lesson learned. I had too much in there from gains and yada, yada, yada. So I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is Ethereum, we're going to try to let this play out in a group. We're going to try to see if this plays out because I'd feel much better about just having the one position because that's what I usually like to trade with. Might have been a little overzealous, so it cost us maybe $30 today. I apologize. But Ethereum, and then I'm going to end this. I wanted you guys to see this in real time, though, because it is very dangerous leverage-wise, so I'm not going to over-leverage. So I'm just going to do the Ethereum position, and it should be about a $50 loss if it doesn't pan out. We have in the position right now. Hold on, I'm just trying to measure everything out. And I want you guys to see this in real time because this is something that I was thinking about. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let this play out, the Ethereum position. I'm just going to see what happens. It's a $172 position. It's got a $58 stop loss. And I have the trigger down, and it's a low trigger too, which is nice. It's at 2,902. Actually, I'll go 989, 2,899, 82.22. Nah, because 2,900 is good enough. So 2,900, and it's a $58 risk. That's where our stop loss is. I'm not doing nothing to the Ethereum position until it either plays out or breaks down. that would cost us $60. And overall in copy trading, if this trade goes wrong, I'm okay with the fact we'd be up $350 overall. So I'm going to let this play out, see if this inverse head and shoulders plays out. I got rid of, and it cost me about $20 to get rid of the XLM and XRP, not because I don't think it's going to play out, but they're much more volatile. So it's harder for me to predict how they're going to move with manipulation. So I'm going to just sit in the spot positions. They've done us well so far. And then we'll see how this Ethereum position rides out. Have a blessed day, and I hope I let you see into a glimpse of what we think about, and not just the spot, but the leverage market and what I think about in copy. So, we'll see how this goes. I have high hopes for it, but if it doesn't play out, I'm securing my decision, and I feel a lot better now with how I've set it up. So thank you all for letting me ramble on, and now you got to see exactly what I go through when I try to make a decision.